We just heard from all these countries demanding from Maduro to call elections. Is that likely to happen? If not, how will this play out?
Thank you for having me. Well, as we know, this has been a very important week for Venezuela. Venezuela's opposition has finally, after many months, organized and coordinated to name Juan Guaido as interim president. And the next step is to call for free and fair elections. Now, according to the Constitution of Venezuela, once there's an interim president appointed, he or she is obliged in 30 days to call for free and fair elections. So we will continue to see during the coming weeks if that's possible, feasible, and viable with the help of course, the people of Venezuela first and foremost, and of course, international pressure.
Victoria, but who can guarantee the new elections will be free and fair? And is Venezuela able to organize elections soon?
Well, as we've seen from last year, Maduro held power because he was able to hold power because he controlled how the electoral process was carried out, and he actually was able to control the tribunal, was able to control the electoral council, and was able to oust any political opposition. Actually, the two strongest opposition leaders last year, Leopoldo Lopez and Enrique Capriles, were banned from participating. So there is no guarantee that actually a free and transparent electoral process will be carried out unless there are international observers on ground, unless there is a dialogue, and unless there is an agreement first and foremost with the electoral council and international observation. If those steps can be carried out, then we can talk about an electoral process.
Now, many countries say they recognize Juan Guaido as the legitimate leader, but how is this helping in solving Venezuela's economic problems?
So the economic problems of Venezuela are running deep. Inflation is calculated, according to the International Monetary Fund, at 1.3 million%. But Juan Guaido, he is proposing a three-step plan. Firstly, to restore democracy and a government in transition, and then call for free and fair elections. But he has also started to offer a platform where the opposition can unify into economic transition. First, he has accepted humanitarian aid from the international supporting countries. The United States has offered to a humanitarian package of $20 million to start. Now, this, of course, is not going to relieve Venezuela in the short run. There is much more needed to be done. Institutions need to be restored, trade relations, etc., but it's a good start.
Now, just a few moments ago, Venezuela suspended the deadline for U.S. diplomats to leave the country. What does this move signal?
Well, the United States did not accept the cut of diplomatic ties between Venezuela and the United States because, as we know, they rejected Nicolás Maduro, and they are keeping or continuing relations with interim President Juan Guaido. Now, in response, Nicolás Maduro asked the U.S. delegation to leave in a lapse of 72 hours. But since communication has been continuing with the U.S. Embassy in Caracas and the diplomatic mission will stay in Caracas, there's the pressure for the diplomatic mission to stay. Now, the U.S. and U.S. Secretary Mike Pompeo and Vice President Mike Pence has guaranteed that they are following the situation 24/7. They are continuing communications with their diplomatic mission, and as of now, the diplomatic mission of the United States is staying.